Alright, what's up, y'all? So this is Ella John here with Hot Talk Radio. This is part 2 of the Lgbtqia Disney Ban, okay? And, this is just a conversation, about, in recent news, Elon Musk has decided to ban Disney Lgbtqia content, um, from, I think was it from Twitter, if I'm not mistaken? And I was just kind of expressing my feelings about it. And not necessarily about it, but just, it sparked, it sparked more concerns, you know what I mean? So last I was talking about, pertaining to, like, Project 2025, right? In Project 2025, there were a lot of, like, strict regulations being pushed or considering being pushed, because we don't know if those things are actually going to happen, because it's like way left wing, type extremist views, of course. But I remember, just kind of like reading some of Project 2025, it did, suggest that we restrict a lot of LGBTQIA lifestyle allowances, right? Um, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, some of it has to do with children, you know. I did a podcast about Project 2025, and I really honestly think that Project 2025 is a conservative response to liberalism. And that's exactly what I think it is. It's a conservative response to liberalism. And I think, where we as Americans, let's just assume, because the speculation is that Donald Trump supports Project 2025. So let's just assume that he does, right? Because he said that had nothing to do with him, right? But let's just assume that he did, right? Because it's just this a fear, right? Where this pertaining to the Disney ban topic, right? And considering the factor that Project 2025 is a response to the liberalism, the liberalism of the liberal movement, right? We have to, like, I think we should probably prepare ourselves for where is the line, right? Where is the line in a lot of things that are happening, that is going on? Where is the line? Where can we find the compromise? And I think this Project 2025 was just kind of like the knock on the door, where it's like, you know, we can't get too far lost off in liberalism. And that's just the God honest truth. We can't. Because everything can't be free. Because if you have too much free, there is no order. But then the liberalist movement was a response to too much order. You know what I mean? So moving into this new administration, with Trump, we have to prepare ourselves, like, where is the line? Going into this administration, as the people, we have to ask ourselves, what does tomorrow look like? What is the next 4 years? What do we want the next 4 years to look like? And if I'm not mistaken, I think I said this in a podcast about 2020, Project 2025. What do we want the next 4 years to look like? At minimum, what do we want the next 4 years to look like? Because we may be faced with a lot of these bans, such as the one, with, the LGBTQIA Disney ban. And I'm assuming it's a ban. I'm hoping I'm using the right words. But yeah, the ban, you know, and like I said in the last video, like, I don't disagree with it as far as, like, targeting children. I don't disagree with it. But where is the line? Where's the line of compromise? Right? Where's the line of compromise for a lot of things? And I'm not just specifically talking about this ban, but, like, for a lot of things. Where's the compromise? Where's the line of compromise? Right? Because, as I was discussing in my last video, if you were talking about, banning LGBTQIA content, what about the over sexualization, in a lot of different things that are being, presented and allowed to circulate the media now, and why would you specifically just target LGBTQIA community? You know what I'm saying? Because, you have to wonder, like, where is the fairness in it? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the fairness in it? You're making decisions, okay, but where is the actual compromise? Because, it's not the specific fact that this was banned. It's the reason behind it, and what are you actually getting at, and what are we looking forward to coming into this next administration? You know what I mean? And there was a major move. To be honest, it was a major move. It was. So, but then it also is following up behind the abortion bans. You know, so we have abortion bans in place. We have what is it, immunity for police now. Then now you're restricting, liberalism content. And even though it's targeting children, this specific content that you banned, which is not, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I leave it up to the parents to decide. But where are you going? What's going on? It kind of raises some concerns in some other areas. And then, a couple of years back, if you really want to get into it, what was it? There were a group of people trying to get the marriage ages lowered again, because, in some states, some girls and guys, mostly targeted toward girls, can get married is I think one state is like 14 is the youngest age. Most of them are like 16, before consensual age of 18, right? So then you have to concern yourself with that. There are a lot of, like, things, a lot of laws being changed, a lot of bans happening, a lot of restrictions going on. And as American citizens, what tomorrow to look like. You know what I'm saying? And even though we would ideally like to all have it our way, we still coexist with different ideologies, conservatives being one of those. So where is the line of compromise? You know what I'm saying? And are we going to be under an administration in which we can compromise? You know, I know I've had people try to restrict my voice as a woman. And I know you're like, well, you don't matter. Your gender doesn't matter. No, no, no. You was literally restricting my voice because I was speaking as a woman. I was speaking, you were trying to restrict me because I was speaking as a woman, from a woman's point of view. There was a reasoning behind it, so I've experienced it, trying to diminish my female voice, right? And, you have this ban, and like I said, the abortion ban, and then you have the marriage situation that happened a couple years ago. Where are we going right now? Like, where are we going? Where are we going? Where it kind of makes you wonder, like, where are we going? And where's the compromise? And are we gonna have the option to compromise somewhere? It raises a lot of questions moving forward. And this one band has triggered that in my mind, all these questions.